Shalom, I am Jay Dudley, and let's talk about the back-to-back World War II champs. That is the United States of America, or more so, the coalition forces that that assisted in winning both world wars. Then you look through all the history of the United States winning wars, have or conflicts or whatever it is that they were designated as. There is quite a few different ways to consider winning. There were a few where it's like, hey, you guys handle this, we're leaving now, which is never a good way to end all something, especially if it's a war or a conflict that you started. We just saw the closing of the Afghan war. Now, when you look at the Afghani people, they are very hardy people. They, if you look at their war record, it's tons of wins and losses, but most of their wins are against people that they should not have won against. They have the fortitude to just keep going. They have time. They're not worried about. Governments coming in trying to take over. They'll just go hide out in the mountains. That has been their winning strategy since I think I looked as far back as the 1100s. There have probably been wars, conflicts, and all types of stuff that have happened before that, but looking on the internet, that's about all that I found. There's what happened over in Afghanistan with the United States, or if this is going to be looked at as a coalition loss, because it's definitely recorded on Wikipedia that it's a Taliban win. You see all the different regime changes and different things like that. All right, the guinea hens just making a lot of noise. But how this war or conflict ended was very bad. It was terrible for the United States, especially how it is looked at and perceived on the global scale. We're supposed to be the #1 military in the world, and who we are led by, our commander-in-chief, just to spite the previous commander-in-chief, decided to just cut and run. I don't know what their plan was, if there was even a plan. I guess we'll find out after his presidency, when someone writes a book on, what happened when Biden closed out the Afghan war, when Trump planned on closing it out for this past May. I think it was more of a gamble. He put a date on the board when he was trying to close everything down when he first got into office. But one of my chickens hopped up. Say hi. I guess not. But Trump tried to close things out quick and early, but he was stopped by everyone. He was stopped by Republicans. He was stopped by Democrats. It was all the people that wanted to stay in war, to get rich off of rebuilding, which we seem to do that a lot. We go get into a conflict and say, hey, contractors, no bid contracts. Who wants to who wants to come in and rebuild this country. We have to install some democracy. We have to do this. We have to do that. No, we don't have to do any of that. We have battles going on here in the United States that need to take care of before we worry about any other country and building housing and stuff for them, or building schools, trying to educate people. We should go back to how things used to be, where we focused on Americans, making sure that Americans were fed, making sure that Americans are clothed, making sure that Americans have housing. But all of that is lost, and that makes America so divided now. There are people that want America to fail. I'm just like completely getting distracted. The goat, she was over there trying to climb the telephone pole. But again, I'm getting off topic. I apologize to you all for that. Yeah, there are so many people that are benefiting from being here in the United States of America. They don't appreciate it. I hope that the videos of people clinging on to airplanes leaving, just like you see in different countries, people will hop on and hold on to a train because they know it's going to a better place. But people were holding on to an airplane as it's taking off, and as it's picking up speed, they're falling off. Some still trying to hold on, thinking that they'll be able to sneak up in the landing gear and be a stowaway, like on a ship or on a train. But no, people were falling to their deaths because of the terror that was still there on the ground. They knew that if they stayed there on the ground, that they were over and done with. So they took a chance to hold on to a jet, a giant jet, and potentially falling off, which just about all of them on the outside did. They fell to their death. They felt as though that was better than living in what was coming up for them. And that's very heartbreaking. Going back to Americans, that especially the ones that don't claim that they're Americans, they were born here, but they say that this country never did anything good for them. Well, yes, it did. Look at how you're living. You're complaining into an iPhone or Android or whatever. You have clothes on your back. You live in a house. You're not worried about warlords coming in, raping you or anyone in your family. You take on this oppression that is not anything that's happening to you. Yes, there were bad things that happened throughout history here in the United States, but if you continue to harp on those instead of moving forward and looking at all of the benefits and opportunities that you have here, eventually you're going to be the one clinging on to an airplane, trying to hold on, hoping that there's something on the other end, that you have the strength to hold on, because there's a tyrannical government that is just taken over, and you don't have any guns. You don't have any food storage. You're not prepared for anything. You just go on and complain and complain and complain, but you don't take the opportunity that is given to you from living here to get ready, to make a difference, to make a change. You just want to complain that you're oppressed. you're not given any opportunities. You can't find work. There's plenty of jobs out there right now. It might not be something that you want to do, but if you network, do what it is on the lower scale, people will see the benefit in you and allow you to ascend up the ladder. What's really disgusting are celebrities that have millions upon millions of dollars. They have all of these employees. They live in mansions. They have houses all around the world, but then they still say that they're oppressed. Like, okay, well, how about you sell a few of those houses? You give more people jobs and opportunities. You give them the plan that worked for you so that they can advance themselves, so they aren't holding on to a plane thinking that if I could just hold on a little bit tighter, I'll get to someplace better, but end up falling to my death. That is the scary thought of that once shit hits the fan out here in the United States, that so many people are gonna have these aha moments, or, oh crap, hey, what do I do now? Like, look at the past year with the virus and all of that stuff. People complaining about toilet paper, or I can't go here, I can't go there. This oppressive government is doing this, they're doing that to me. Oh, you need to take a shot. Oh, you need to listen to the government. Wait, the same government that you said only does bad things to you? I'm still supposed to pick and choose what I accept from them? No, I pick and choose what I accept from me, and what comes from the government, I will filter it through to see how that benefits me, and then learn that game, work that system, and do things that will benefit myself, my family, my children, my tribe. But if you're somewhere in that list and you don't want to hear it, all you're going to do is get left behind. You're going to be the one complaining, woe is me. What time is that airplane leaving? How am I going to hold on? I should have listened. I should have prepared. I should have stored some food. I should have at least purchased one firearm. I should have got some training. I should have worked out. It's going to be all this shoulda, coulda, woulda, where you wouldn't have had to worry about holding on to an outside of a plane because you couldn't get inside. Once that arc closes and that flood water starts to roll in, what are you going to do? Do you have a life jacket? Are you prepared? When Yah cleans out an area by whatever means necessary that he allows it to happen, there were always lifeboats sent out for you to get on, whether it's a mental lifeboat, where it's a physical lifeboat, or a spiritual lifeboat. You need to get on that boat. You need to get prepared. You still have the opportunity to do so now. Get rid of all the nonsense in your life that is an anchor to you, where when you see that opportunity coming, you can get on that boat and you can leave. You could be on the inside of the plane, not holding on to the outside of the plane. And in closing, I just want to apologize to all of those that lost their lives, whether it's Americans, Afghani, or whoever, all in between. It's war is no good, but life and preservation self-preservation is key, but when you have no mission objective, life preservation is whatever. And then you have so many people that are broken, that came back from this war or conflict, that they don't know what to do with themselves. There's been so many different suicides that have happened from our service members that it's ridiculous. They're struggling with it every day, but they might not be talking about it. They're trying to put on a smiling face because of the horrors that they saw over there. And then everything shutting down for nothing. Has been 20 years where they put in the blood, sweat, and tears to try and clean up the nightmares that the people over there were having, so none of those nightmares come over here on the U.S. soil like it did in 9/11, whether it was the Taliban, Al-Qaeda, Hamas, Bin Laden, the Saudis, wherever it came from. We tried to shut down. They signed up to shut down all of those headaches from coming over here. But now, over here, we're just creating more and more headaches and bringing that stuff here. We're letting people in on our border unchecked, and we are indoctrinating our children, saying that, oh, no matter what you are either oppressed or an oppressor. Like, what are you talking about? I just came out of the womb. Like, oh, but look at your skin color. Do you fall? Here's a paper bag test. Whether you're oppressed or an oppressor. Like, I didn't do anything. My parents didn't do anything. My mother, my father, my grandfather, like, how far back are we going with this? That is something that is extremely terrible that's going on. So get your mind right. Get in line with Yah. Stop with all this stupid stuff. God bless America. God bless Earth. God bless this universe. Because there's some giant rocks flying around in space. And when one is on a trajectory for us, there's not going to be anything that we can do. None of our nuclear arsenal is going to be able to save us. We're not going to be able to have things set up like the Armageddon movie and have Bruce Willis and his crew fly up there, drill a hole, drop a nuke, and save Earth. No, it's not going to work out like that. So much more to say, but I feel like I'm rambling on. Hopefully this message means something to you. Stop being stupid. To those that are out there, share this message with someone you think needs to hear it. That's it for me. Shalom.